Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Joyful Pause. I just came out of the yard and I just posted a picture of a flower that I cut back earlier a couple of months ago, and it's growing back beautifully. I tried to flip the camera around. I was going to sit and chat with you guys a while, but it wouldn't flip around. I couldn't get it to flip around, so I'm taking a break. I'm sitting in my spot. My spot's right here on this couch, covered up by this sheet, so I can kind of keep it protected from Mr. Rollo, Mr. Busybody here. But yeah, this is my little comfort corner right here. So I was gonna take it down before I did the video, but like I said, when I started the channel, I said I'm just gonna be me, be myself. So whichever way I show up for the day, that's how I'm just gonna be my authentic self. But I just wanted to talk to you guys just for a couple of moments about like the number of videos surrounding life's experiences and the lessons learned for women our age, and men, because it's not, exclusive to just women, as I always say. It's equally that of men as well. But I just wanted to just comment and say that a lot of times when I start out watching a video, and women are sharing about life's experiences and the advice and stories and lessons that they've learned, like kind of literally like halfway through what they're saying, I can kind of finish, because at this point in our lives, we've gone through so much and we've experienced so much, or at least we should have, of life's pains and ups and downs and highs and lows and heartaches and generational stuff. And we've just been through so much that we can practically, like, we can look at each other's stories and finish the storyline, because we've lived it. It's like I was explaining the other day about Lifetime movies. Now, like, I can look at it and I know the plot, but what's comforting and what's encouraging about it is just to know that we're sharing our stories with each other, and that maybe some of the younger generations are watching our stories and that they'll learn from them, because when I was young, I didn't know what I know now. So I just hope and pray that younger women and men are watching these stories that we share of life that we've lived and lessons that we've learned, so that they're not walking in those same booby traps and making those same mistakes and setbacks that we had in our lives, and we can sort of lay out the red flags that they need to be looking for, so that they're not living out what we had to live out through experience. But again, what's so vital and encouraging and uplifting for me personally right now is just to know that, we think that we're going through stuff in life alone, and it's so many people living that same thing, that same pain. Somebody's going through it too. So I just want to offer that we can continue to keep encouraging and sharing our stories, because we never know who's listening and who our messages are reaching and whose lives we're changing by opening up and sharing that information. Because somebody out there that's 20, 18, 30, 40 could gravitate to that message, and it could turn their lives around and change their world. So I just am so grateful and honored to be able to sit here and talk with you. And as time passes, I'll share more of my stories. We'll have story time together. And, We're just going to keep going and keep growing, keep evolving with each and every day, with each and every video. So I just hope and pray that, you know, like I think that before I close, I think that one of the most, crushing, critical points for a female, I can't speak for males. I mean, I have two sons, but I think that in the 20s, females tend to go through something a little more chronically debilitating. I'm going to put it like that because, you know, we have these timelines in our lives, and you know, we're looking at our biological clocks, and God, we're so ungrounded in our 20s. I know that I was. 20s was my most reckless point in my life. Like, I didn't know what direction I was going, and I was wanting the wrong things in life. And God, I just had a completely convoluted picture of what life was and what was important. Just dog's trying to drink my coffee. Just a distorted picture of what life is. You know what I'm saying? And God, you waste so much of your valuable time and your valuable years chasing and wanting things that just are not for you. And as I stated, we are looking at our biological clocks. We're looking at our friends who are getting married in their 20s, and we're not, and we're headed towards our 30s. And, you know, we're just rushing our lives and our time clocks on our lives. And, God. Boy, such is life. Such as life. So, yeah. We'll talk more about that. We'll talk more about that in our chronicles. But stay tuned. This is the joyful pause coming from me to you today. Go out and do something fun with your day and try to be a blessing to someone out there. All right, I'm going to get going with this little guy here. Get out there and do our errands, and we'll talk to you on the next video. Until then, guys, have an amazing day. See you on the next one.